everybody, welcome to your first portfolio build. So yesterday you gave me all of your folders and now we are going to put some stuff inside of it. And this is going to be our number one tool as we work together this year. So this is going to be your Foundations of Geography portfolio. That's our first unit. So the first thing I'd like you to do is double check that your folders have pockets and the little silver fasteners in the middle. So if you do not have a folder that has those two things, please let me know right away. Okay, so now there are a couple of folders in the middle of your group, and you're going to take out the materials that you need, and we're just going to make a little pile off to the side to start. So we are going to start with orange folder number 1, and you're going to take out this purple paper that says Table of Contents, Foundations of Geography. And I'm just going to make a little stack. Okay, we're not going to put anything anywhere yet, just make a little pile. Next, in red folder number 2, you are going to take out this whole big packet. It's got a blue sheet at the top and blank white paper at the back. And this is what's called our appendix packet. And this is all of the stuff that we're going to be working on this year together. So you're going to take one appendix packet per person and put that with your purple table of contents. The last material that we need is white lined paper. So you can either use your own or you can go to the counter over by the window and there is white lined paper that you can take. You need 15 pieces of white lined paper for this portfolio. So go ahead right now and get 15 pieces of white lined paper. As you're counting out your paper, it's very important that you count 15 pieces exactly so that we're not being wasteful. And we're going to check to make sure that all of our pages are lined up, because if the pages aren't lined up with each other, you're going to have to undo the whole portfolio to fix one page if it's upside down or something. So what you want to make sure is that all the holes line up. You want to make sure that the dark red lines are always on your left-hand side. So when you're looking at the paper, the dark red line should always be on the left. And the wide margin, so this big block of space at the top, should always be at the top of the page. So make sure, I want you to go through each page, and I really mean each page, because there's always somebody who doesn't listen to this direction, and they have to go back and take apart the portfolio to fix one page. So go through each page, make sure that the red lines are all to the left, the wide margins at the top, and all the holes line up. Okay, now we're going to build our portfolio. So in the middle of your folder, my middle section is white. Yours might be another color. That's fine. You're going to take these little silver tabs, these little silver fasteners, and you're going to bend them so that they're pointing upward at the ceiling. So there's 2 of them. It's like a little pair of arms. You're going to take both of them and fold them up for each of the 3 fasteners. There's 1, 2, and my third one. So they should all be pointing up. You can kind of see they're all pointing upward. And we're going to begin with our purple table of contents sheet. So it says Table of Contents, Foundations of Geography, page A. On the back, page B. And I'm going to talk about how to use all of these materials later. But what you're going to do is take it so that page A is facing the desk, page B is looking up at you, and the holes are on your right-hand side. And you're going to put it sitting on the silver tabs that we've bent upward. So you're going to see page B looking up at you, and the holes go right over the 3 sets of the little silver fasteners. Next comes our white line paper. So we've already checked to make sure that it's all the way that it should be. It's all the straight way put into your pile. So we're going to take it now. So the wide margin is still at the top. The dark red line is to our left, and the holes are to our right. And we're going to set the holes on the fasteners. So the dark red line is on the left, the wide margin is at the top, and the holes are on the right, sitting on the silver tabs. The last piece of our portfolio build is our appendix packet. So it's got the blue cover. It says Appendix Foundations of Geography. So we're going to take the whole packet. It's all stapled together. We're going to turn it so the blue cover is facing the desk and we see blank white paper looking up at us. And we're going to put that on the tabs. So the last thing you should see is plain white paper looking up at you. So we're going to take this middle section again, and you see this, my white part here, yours might be a different color. You're going to fold it over onto the silver fasteners so that they go through the holes. So that little piece can't be wiggled anymore. And we're going to fold down the two arms so that they're flat and they're not pointing up at the ceiling anymore. So do that for all three pairs. You're going to fold them down so that they lay flat. And when you close it, nothing is poking out. Okay, so that's a completely built portfolio. What we're going to do, though, we're not quite finished, is we're going to go back to our white line pages, and we're going to number each page. So you have a couple of options. You can number in the top corner, you can number the bottom corner, the center of the bottom, whichever one of those three places you like. I like to number in the top corner. So I'm going to start with the page that's looking up at me, the first white line page. That's going to be page 1. I'm going to turn page 1 over, and on the back of page 1 is going to be page 2. So I'm not going right across. I'm doing the very back side of page 1 is page 2. Then across from 2 is going to be page 3. So when I look down, I can see pages 2 and 3 at the same time. I'm going to turn the page, and on the back of 3 is 4. Across from 4 is 5. And then on the back of 5, 6, and so on and so on. So you can continue numbering your pages, both sides, back and front. So we put 15 pieces of white lined paper. If you number correctly, you should end up with 30 pieces, 30 numbered pages out of 15 pieces. If you end up with an even number, like 32 or 34, that's okay. That just means you miscounted your pages. But if you end up with an odd number, it means that you misnumbered, and you have to go back and find your mistake. So if you end up with 31, it means you missed something somewhere. So go back and check your work. But you should end up with about 30 pages. So go ahead and finish your numbering now. Okay, so we're almost finished. We're going to go back to page 1 of our white lined paper, and we are going to set up 2 of these pages as our daily geography pages. Every day we're going to have a map question, and this is where we're going to answer it. So across the top of page 1, write daily, D-A-I-L-Y, and the second word is geography, G-E-O-G-R-A-P-H-Y. G-E-O-G-R-A-P-H-Y across the top of page 1. And we're going to turn page 1 over, and on page 2 we're going to write the same thing. Daily, G-E-O-G-R-A-P-H-Y, daily geography. Okay, and that's where we're going to kind of keep our daily geography answers organized, and we'll talk about how to do that later. The final step is to go to our purple table of contents, and this is where this is going to help keep us organized, where we're going to keep all of our notes organized. So because we took pages 1 and 2 and we just made them daily geography pages, we're going to write that on the line for title for both of those pages. So daily geography, daily geography, G-E-O-G-R-A-P-H-Y. And you could put today's date for both of those. Okay. So you have the date, you have the title, and then we'll talk about what the rest of the columns on this page mean later. And so there you have it. We have a completely built and ready to use Foundations of Geography portfolio. In a few days, we'll talk about how we're going to make a cover for this portfolio. So that is information that will come later. But for right now, your Foundations portfolio is ready to be used. So I'm looking forward to starting to learn geography together. So let's go.